Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. Today in this video we will learn how to make this cute bracelets. These are adjustable bracelets. I used a little bit of macrame and knotting technique to finish this bracelet. It's very pretty in my opinion. I have made it in different colors, as you guys can see. They are very pretty when it is in your wrist. I'll just open this up and then put it inside. Hold the ends, right? Hold it in one hand and just pull it. There you go. A beautiful bracelet is in your hands. So this is an adjustable bracelet, so you don't have to know the wrist size of the person whom you are making to. So that's a plus, a benefit. And I made this in different colors. As you guys can see, in the screen I used a tan color macrame cord, and for the blue I used the blue itself, and for this I used the light blue, and for this I used the brown itself. But for this pink I used the tan color again. It looks very pretty in my opinion. And for this I use the lavender. So you can use a contrast color or you can use the same color, however you feel it fits your design. So it's totally up to you. You can use the same color or you can use a different color, or you can use a darker color to give these beads a little bit of more of the color that they are in. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So it's very simple technique. It's not a big deal, and it looks really pretty. The only thing that's different is this focal bead that I'm using it. I got this from India. You must have seen from the haul that I did. If you are not aware of it, go ahead and watch on my YouTube channel. I have a bead haul from India. I went on a vacation to India this summer, so I got some beads and some findings. And these beads, these 6mm beads, also these are glass beads that I got from India as well. So it comes in a long strand like this. I have one which I haven't opened it yet. It comes in a long strand like this. As you can see, it's a long strand. And then I had different colors of these strands, so I used all those colors to make these bracelets. I'm making these bracelets for a gift purposes, for a function that's coming up, an Indian function. It's called Navratri. So I'm going to give these as gifts for the ladies who come for the function. And I wanted to show you guys how to make one. So it's pretty simple. For example, if you have a focal bead in your stash and you have only one, if you have two, obviously you can make a earring. But if you have only one, then you can do such kind of necklaces. You take 6mm beads, any beads will work. And then you have a focal which is a 12mm. I would suggest, I haven't used any spacer beads or so, just this focal made sense. So what I did was, so you need a focal bead, or you can just do plain also, it works. You can stack bracelets, multiple bracelets. If you can do plain colors like this and then stack them up like this in your fingers, it'll look really pretty as well. But if you have a focal, then it's much better. So you need 6mm beads, you need a focal, and then you need obviously Chinese knotting cord, which is 0.8mm Chinese knotting cord. This one is from bbcraft.com. I'm not being paid or anything by bbcraft, but I'm just letting you guys know where I bought those from. So I used two sizes. Once for these two I used slightly 9 beads on the sides, and one bead on the one bead for the ends. So, and then the rest I made with 10 beads on each side. So totally it takes 22 beads to finish this bracelet. See, if there is like a defect or something in the beads, you can take those off. So that's 5, that's 10, that's 15, that's 20. We need 22 beads. As you can see, this bead is not that great, so I'm taking the other bead. There we go. And then I'm just securing this strand of beads by looping it in the bead itself. That way this will be fine. So now, as I said, if you see a bead which is not good, just keep it on the side. And then take the rest of the beads. Now I would take the Chinese knotting cord. We need a pair of scissors, probably a tweezer nose pliers or tweezers, and then lighter. So I burn and then squeeze it between my fingers. Now you have the perfect needle kind of a thing. So you just pop all the beads in. So you pop 11 beads and then the spacer and then 11 beads. If you are using gemstones, then what you can do is you can reduce the size of the Chinese knotting cord to 0.5 or 0.4. That way, even if the gemstone has a small hole, it will fit nicely inside. It's 10. No, this is 10 and that's 11. After 11, I pop in one focal bead. In my case, I'm using this, but you can use any bead you want that you have in your stash, which is ready to be focused, right? You can also use like a big flat bead that you have. So whichever bead you think that it is just single and it's lying around, and you cannot use it in any project because it's just one, no earring, or even for a pattern you need at least two. So this way these kind of beads are very useful. You can make it in different colors and you can stack them without the focal bead. That will look really pretty as well. So I added all the beads now. Let me count once again. Yes. So now what I do is take my ruler. So first I will knot at the end. Okay. Just an overhand knot. Make a loop. Take this end and put it inside the loop. And then just tie a knot. A simple overhand knot. Regular knot. Move one bead down after the knot. See this? Now again hold it. See how I do this? And then pop this bead inside that loop and bring it out. Take this around. See this? How there is a loop formed and how I am holding it in my hand. So when you tighten it, you can see a bump right there, right? So what I do is I take this and put my finger like this. So I tighten that up and I hold the bump and the bead between my index finger and my thumb just like this, and then pull this tight. That will make the knot right next to my bead. Now don't worry about it. I will go through this knotting technique multiple times in this video, so you'll get familiar with it. So now I measure 3 inches down, and here I will make another knot. So now I want this knot exactly 3 inches from that the last knot. So I take my pliers. You can use tweezers. I'm taking my pliers and keeping it right here. Okay. where I want the knot to be, just like so. And then I went inside the loop and held that cord right there, and then I push it right here. I pull this, and now there is a knot. So I tighten that knot. That knot is exactly 3 inches away from the other knot. Now I push this bead right here. If you want, you can do a double knot here. Sometimes the double knot will not be very good. Sometimes it will be. So it's totally up to you. So I'm not doing a double knot here. So here we go. I push the other bead, and I work with the spool. I don't cut the thread. If you want to cut the thread, knotting will take at least twice or thrice. So approximately say 45 centimeter or so you can take and try. But I like to work with the spool so that I don't waste any cord. So again, I'm going to make a knot. So I take this, wrap it around my fingers, and then come back and pop this bead inside, right? And then see how I switch it. I switch it and pull this cord and take this loop inside my index finger, right hand, and then pull this. There we go. I'll come back again to show you guys. So now we don't need the ruler anymore for quite some time. So just push the second bead right next to our knot. So I will go through the knot process slowly. So you take your cord, leave it on top of your hand, wrap this around your 2 fingers, okay? Take these beads and put it inside that loop. So if you have 2 fingers, then you can put it in between the gap. So here is the knot. So now what I do is I just shift my fingers up here. You can see how the knot is formed right here. Then slowly take it and then hold it between these 2 fingers and bring it up close. Then transfer your index finger in the right hand inside that loop. Now see how tight it gets. So now you can see a small bump over here, right there. Can you see that? So that's supposed to be your knot. So if you hold that and then push this, the knot will be formed and right next to the bead. It's so simple, but I can say so because I have been doing this for quite some time. But initially it might be intimidating, but the way you need to hold this knot right here between your fingers is when you hold this and the rest of your beadwork in your hand. See how tightly I'm holding it. If you hold it loosely, then the knot will become loose. Like if you hold it loosely, see, the knot is becoming loose. So you're not supposed to do that. With Chinese knotting cord, it's so forgiving that even if you do a wrong knot, it will actually, you can actually remove it and then redo it again. So I'll just make this bigger and I'll show you guys how tight you should hold. Just hold it like this, okay? And then between your fingers, just hold it tight and pull. So one more time I will show you guys. Wrap it around your finger, drop everything down inside that loop, and then take this thing in your right hand. See this, how it's wrapping around? So now instead of doing these fingers, you can just directly take it here and just hold it like this. Just wiggle it so that the bump comes on top, and then hold it that way, then knot, do a knot. Now push the next bead. You can also use a knotting tool, bead along knotting tool to knot it, or you can use a bead awl to actually do the knotting. But I feel that the hand knotting technique is much easier and much faster compared to everything. So if you're using a bead awl or something, So you make that knot, right? You take the bead all, you can hold it right there, right, just like that, and bring the knot all the way close to the bead, and then slowly remove the bead all. And what you do is you push that knot. Now it's a little bit loose. You push that knot tight towards the bead. This also can be done. So, but I really like the hand knotting technique, so I prefer this without any tools, just with your hands, and it is very pretty fast also. There you go, and the knot becomes tight, very nice and easy. Once again, this is how I like to do the knotting. There's a couple of techniques that has been used, but I really like the way that I feel comfortable with. So just wrap it around your two fingers, take all these work and put everything through. See how this cord is coming this way, just take it here and then just move it around. You should just tighten that up and feel that bump on the top. There we go. Next, see, when you do this and do this one, then the cord is over here, so if you tighten this up it won't come properly. So that's why I take this side, and see how the loop is coming that way. When you see the bump, you can see that. See this? That's what we want. And then tighten that up. Now the focal bead. Again, put everything inside and move your finger this way. Hold it like this, and you can see that's going to be the bump right there. Now tighten this up and then pull that. This way I'm going to do the entire bracelet and then come back to you guys to show how I finish it off with a sliding knot macrame. I'm going to use the knotty do it all for macrame. You don't have to use that. You can just tape the ends to your working surface or your table and then do the macrame. It's going to be the macrame square knots, which is a basic macrame knot. If you are not aware of the macrame knots, go to my channel, search for basic macrame knots, and a video will pop and you can learn all the basic macrame knots in that video. It's so simple and therapeutic. I love macrame, so I do recommend you guys learn that technique as well. And also with the beads, you're using just the cord and there is no closure whatsoever. It's just going to be some knots, and there is no tools that we are using, just hands. And if you are not even using the knotty do it all, then it's going to be just the table and some tape. That's about it. Anybody who is not doing jewelry making on a regular basis, who doesn't have all the tools, also can make a necklace for themselves, a bracelet for themselves with just beads and this cord. That's about it, and this technique that you need to learn. So it's so simple and straightforward. Do give it a try and leave in the comments below if you have any doubts. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you have any project in mind that you want to learn, just send me a picture or leave me a message. I'll get back to you guys as early as possible. I have been on vacation for the past 2 months for the summer, so I was not able to post any videos regularly. But from now on, it'll be proper. Couple of videos a week. Hi friends. For some reason I was filming it, but I thought it was like recording, but then it stopped. So I'm just making another one. So I start exactly where I got I actually stopped the other one. The recording got stopped. Just continuing from that. So here we go. This knotting technique is a very useful technique, and as I told you guys, without any closure and without you have to know the wrist size of the person that whom you are making bracelet for. So this is an absolutely nice one to actually give. So now I have finished it. I have one bead left, but I just need to knot exactly where I have knotted before. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So when you do this, you have to put this entire bracelet inside, and then there is your knot, right? If you can take your pliers and then just hold it inside that knot and pull your knot, pull your thread through, and just put that inside and tie that knot. There we go. So now what we can do is transfer this one bead towards this knot, and then take your scissors and cut this off. Now make another knot after the bead so that it stops the bead. So take this, use your pliers, or you can use tweezers. So now you can make sure the knot comes exactly after the bead. There we go. And just kind of push the knot towards the bead. Now that's done. So I really like this feature in this, to actually store the end thread inside. Now we have to take these two and cut it a little bit closer, just leaving a little bit for us to melt and then get settled with the knot. So just a little bit is good enough. Take your lighter and melt it away. Just press on it. And then here comes the naughty do-it-all. As I said earlier, you don't have to have this naughty do-it-all to do this. You can use your table and tape both the ends and then do it. Just take your core and put it like this, okay? And then I'm gonna clip it here. As I said, you can tape this end and this end to your table and do the square knot, macrame square knots. I'm gonna do that macrame square knot. It's an adjustable knot, and you need 8 inches of this cordigan for just the adjustable knot part. So 8 inches will give you 1 inch worth of square knots. If you want more, you can do it, but you can also do as less as 3 knots. For the adjustable knot, you can just do 3 square knots and be done with. You put it underneath these 2 cords, and these are the P's and the Q's, as you guys already know. If you are not aware of the square knots, go ahead and watch the basic macrame knot in my channel, and then you will get to know how easy this is. This is, see the shape of P and Q. One P and one Q makes one square knot. So here is my Q. Go on top, underneath, and through this loop, and then I would suggest doing the square knots like not very tight, just about tight, so that when you pull the cords for adjusting to open and close, it's easier. Otherwise it's quite tight. So I would suggest doing it like just about tight, not very tight, like normally how I prefer to do very tight macrame knots. But I just, after doing couple of bracelets, I just realized that doesn't make sense, and it's much easier if it is loose. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in just a few seconds. I'll show you a sample of what I did. Hopefully the video is recording. I'm going on talking. There we go. So, and also there is a cool thing that you can do here. See how the cord is very short now. It's difficult to put it through. So what I do usually is take this and do that, and then take my pliers, put it through and grab the cord just like so, and there we go. We can do one more just like that. There we go. Now all you need to do is take your scissors, cut just a little bit, leave a little bit and cut it off so that you can melt those ends. Now you take this off. You can tape these two. You don't need this knotty two at all. Now take your lighter and light it up. See this, how this also got melted a little bit, which is not good at all. That's because I have the fan on, and don't have your fan on. That's not so cool. See, if it breaks, then it's a problem. Luckily it didn't melt that much. There we go. See how easily it moves. That's what we want. And let me show you guys how difficult it is to move this. See how difficult it is to move these. That's why if you do this very tight, this is how tight it is. You can see the difference, how loose this is, right? You can see I have done it very tightly. So just do it a little bit loose. It actually helps. You can do various colors. It comes out very pretty, as I told you guys. This is the one that I made, and this is the one we finished. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. I have been on vacation for the past 2 months. I apologize that I haven't put that many videos for these 2 months. In the future, I will be consistent. I assure you guys that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.